So the first product I'm going to do a review of is the Koga DVD. Now the Koga DVD has been around a long time. It's made by Fighting Films, and it is one of the best videos they've ever made. Toshihiko Koga is the female coach at the moment for the Japanese team. And in this DVD he goes through a whole heap of stuff. So he talks about his Murata Seoinage, he goes through Ippon Seoinage setups, Koshiguruma setups, and Uranage setup as well as a nice Newaza transition where he does a pretty good strangle. This DVD, if you're looking at buying someone a judo DVD and they're a middleweight to lightweight, okay, this is the DVD for them. Koga started out in '89 fighting in the 71 kilo division, then the 73s, and then moved up to I think 81s or 78s. He was Olympic champion. He came second at the Olympics as well. Also multiple Japanese and world champion as well. He specialises in Ippon Seoinage, Murata Seoinage, Koshiguruma, and that sort of stuff. So this DVD is a must for all judo players, but especially guys that do Ippon Seoinage. Oh, and so that is Tsurukomigoshi. I mean, he's got trademark throws that are even, watched today, and people are just can't believe how good they are. The great thing about this DVD that I like is they interview him. So he's not just showing techniques, they actually interview Koga, and he gets to talk about his early days as a judo player, what he struggled up against, what struggles he came up against throughout his career, people he didn't like fighting, like Mike Swain. He talked about Mike Swain, how he's a really good, rival with him. He talks about Chang Soo Lee, who's a Korean guy who had rivalry with him as well. But you get to hear the mindset behind these great judo guys. So yeah, Koga's got a good Seoinage. He's got a good, and everyone knew he did it, but he could still do it. And this product, they interview him, and he says, he went to judo practice, and then when he went home, him and his brother would do uchikomi downstairs with their dad. So this guy, he grew up in Japan, and he trained hard, but he also did extra. He went home and did extra training. And this is the sort of stuff that actually makes a champion. It's not the training they do in the gym, it's when they go home and do more. And that's what Koga did. So he talks about also having a knee injury and what kind of that did for him as well. So it's a really nice DVD for the mindset aspect behind the fighting, not just the technical skills themselves. With the technique side of things, he shows all his setups versus lefties, versus righties, versus top grippers, versus double lapellers. He shows his, Seoinage setups, how his footwork is different, his hand and head position. For example, a lot of guys teach when they do Seoinage to turn the whole head. He just teaches to have, when you lock on Seoinage, keep your head facing forward. He doesn't actually rotate it. So things like that is just really interesting approaches to Seoinage. I really like his Koshiguruma setup that he does in this video, as well as his Uranage setup. So because I'm a lightweight, a lot of guys do drop Seoinage, and he talks about a really good transition strangle you can do, as well as an Uranage. So this DVD is a must for any middleweight and lightweight, or anyone that does Seoinage, Tsurukomigoshi, and that sort of stuff. His gripping is also really good, the gripping strategies. Some of them are a bit outdated now with the new IJF rules, like he does a few two-handed grip breaks that you're not allowed to do today. But the principles are still there. Control the power hand and that sort of stuff. So if you're looking at grabbing this DVD, I highly recommend it. And you can grab it from the link at the bottom here. But yeah, and the throws he does in this is unbelievable. If you have a friend that comes over, they know nothing about judo, if you don't have 101 Nippons DVD, I guess there's YouTube as well, but you can whack on this and you see him doing this, the most amazing front flip Seoinages and that sort of stuff. They also show his footage of him fighting in the All Japan Openweight Championship. So he was world champion. I don't want to wreck it too much for you, but he fights in the Openweight Championships in Japan, which is one of the most prestigious tournaments in the world, and he does a really good job there. They have competition slow-mos for all the techniques as well, so you can actually see him do the technique, and then you see it in action. So this is a must for all judo players pretty much. So yeah, check that out and let me know what you think.